I'm Jan, and welcome to Hoop It Up with Jan. Today is December the 9th, and this is my Flosstube number 6. And I'm going to apologize in advance. This video could be a hot mess. I'm feeling a little scattered today. I usually try to video on Thursdays, and I don't know, Thursday I just kind of wasn't feeling it. And then last night I had my grandson's basketball game to go to, and if you really want to know the real reason is because I still had the table stacked up with last video stuff, so you know, call it like it is, and I had to clean up so I could have room for this week's stuff. So anyway, we're just gonna roll with the punches. It might be a hodgepodge, but it is what it is. So hopefully you enjoy, and I can share with you some stitchy goodness. So first thing I want to talk about is a correction that I need to make from the last video. Sometimes my brain tells my mouth what to do, but my mouth refuses to do what my brain tells it to. So I was showing y'all in my previous finishes, I was showing you Tom's Foolery, and I said that it was from Hands-On Designs, and that is not the case. It is Hands Across the Sea. I had the hands right, but it wasn't all the way right. So I just wanted to clear that up, make sure you, I did put it correct in the description box, but I just wanted to make sure I came back and corrected that. And last week I shared a little tutorial about something I call a lasso, and it was fun to see the response to that. There were people that had been doing that for years, and then there were people that have been doing that for years but didn't know that it had a name. And I don't know if that's the technical or the official name, but that's what the person that showed me how to do it called it, so that's just what I called it. And then there was a lot of people that had never seen that and had tried it already, and it worked for them. So that's what's cool about this, is we can share just little tips and tricks with each other, and it makes a big difference, and it's just fun to share the knowledge. So that was cool. I guess I'll just dive right in and show y'all some fully finishes. Fully finishes. I've been busy. And no, hold on. Yes, fully finishes first. So this is a Mehe ornament. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this. I posted it on there. And Mehe just, you know, people talk about their comfort stitching, and I feel like Mehe is just kind of one of mine. It's just simple and just turns out so cute. And I mentioned on my last video that I have this, I think I hid it from you guys. I have that tree over there that I bought a couple of years ago, intending to fill it up with ornaments, and so I'm finally on my way to getting that done. So I think he's cute. And I backed him with some glittery foam. And there's some stuff I want to point out on here, but not because I want to point out my imperfections. Mostly because I want to point out for other people, just to kind of demonstrate how you know, if it's handcrafted, it's not going to be perfect. And that's okay, because we can go to Hobby Lobby and we can buy ornaments that are made by machines and they'll be perfect. But the front, you know, is pretty nice. You can see the little spaces here where my trim didn't fit into the little holes there. And then when I was wrapping the trim around this one, I got down to here and I was like, oh, I forgot to do the hanger. So I had to glue the hanger on separate. And then the product, this glitter stuff, when you cut it, some of the glitter would kind of come off. But in the whole scheme of things, when this is hanging on my tree, no one's going to see any of that. So it's perfect. It's going to look beautiful on my tree. And so just, you know, when you're doing your own finishes, don't get caught up with that kind of stuff. You know, just enjoy it, hang it up where you want it to be, and just look at it and smile. So yeah, that is, I forgot the name of this, so I will put that in the description, the show notes, but it is a Mill Hill kit, and it's one of the Jim Shore Santas. So that's that one. And here's another Mill Hill. And it's backed again with some sparkly glitter foam. It's self-adhesive. I bought that on Amazon. I'll be showing you that in my haul in just a little bit. Along with this, it's like a satiny trim. Not sure if they call that rat tail trim or something like that. But see, this one I remembered before I kept gluing past him to leave some room for the hanger. And so the hanger just, it looks a lot nicer, but so that'll be hanging on my tree. Next one, I've been busy on some fully finishing, so that is going to show in my lack of whip updates to show you, but I figured it was time to get some focus on some finishes. So this one is a Teresa Kogut ornament called Peace. I think I fully finished this in the last, or finished it in the last Flosstube, but I will, any of these finishes, fully finishes, I'll be putting the information in the show notes because I don't remember it all off the top of my head. And then I backed it with some, I believe that's Kim Deal fabric, and I put a little charm on it. This charm says Imagine, and then it has the 2023 charm and the little bulb safety pin. But I thought Imagine Peace was a good charm for this one. Oh, I love how that turned out. This is the Lady Dot Creates Pompoms. And you know, on those pompoms, it has the trim that's connected to it. And I just used that when I took the pom-poms from the trim. I just used that trim as the hanger so the colors would match, and thought it was a good use for that. So that is Teresa Kogut's Peace Ornament. And my daughter-in-law has a Cricut, and she cut the shape, the oval for me, out of some chipboard, and then I used some double-sided tape to put some batting, stick the batting onto the chipboard, and then I wrapped my finished piece and the backing, and then on the two different pieces of the chipboard, and then I glued those two pieces together and covered up those seams with the trim. So yeah, that'll be on my tree. And then, I love this one. Matilda by Finally a Farm Girl. I think she is just so adorable. And I love how she turned out on this little ornament. Again, my daughter-in-law cut the chipboard out for me. I believe that's a 3-inch circle. And then that's some fabric I had in my stash. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of fancy, and I just think Matilda, you know how they say pink is the new black, or, you know, everything's the new something. Matilda's the new fancy lady. So yeah, that's Matilda, and I thought she needed to be fancy on the back. And again, I used the Lady Dot Creates and then used that portion of the trim for the hanger. So that's 4 ornaments that I finished. So let's see, do those. And aren't they cute? So I'm so excited to get those up on my tree. Next video, I will have to set up the camera a little different so y'all can see them hanging back there in the video. I'm very excited. All right, yeah, that's 4 fully finished ornaments. But wait, that's not all the fully finishes. I've been busy. So I've got this one framed. I've stitched this. I think back in 2020, because it's back when I was stitching back up during, staying at home and whatnot through that time. We're not going to talk about it anymore, but so yeah, this is Stitchrovia is the designer. I didn't have all the actual called for colors, but I used colors that, came pretty close to the called for. They're DMC. I believe this linen is either something I had, or I think it's from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not 100% sure where I got that linen. But I know where I got this frame, and it was like $5 at Dollar General. It had some kind of a picture of a vase with some flowers in it or something, and I took that piece out and used it to put my piece around, and put some batting under it, and then put the piece around, and then closed it in with some green scrapbook paper. But it's fun to see things that have been sitting in a bucket, all stitched up, out among your house to enjoy looking at, and it just really makes me want to stitch some more. So Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Stitchrovia. I bought the powder and there's a download on Etsy. If it's still there when I'm putting together my show notes, I will see if I can link that. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll give it a try. So, there's Santa up in here, and I love to stitch, what do they call it? Typography, with all the different fonts and everything. I think it's so fun. Okay, now, this one I am so excited about. Jane Fiddes, 1835, by Hands Across the Sea. Got it right that time. I am so excited to have this framed. This piece, if you've followed me on Instagram and you've seen this post, is very special to me. Not necessarily because of, you know, Jane Fiddes or Hands Across the Sea or anything like that. It's because a good friend of mine put together a get-together in Arizona, and she brought people together. I know y'all have heard me talk about this before. But she put together a retreat for us to get together and meet each other in person. We had people from Germany, Hawaii, Texas, just all over the place. And we got to meet in person. And we went to the attic several times while we were there. Got to meet Jean, so that was amazing. Got to meet Carolyn, that was amazing. Just seeing the store was just a treat in itself. Just to be surrounded with all the beauty, it's, you know, you kind of walk in and you can be a little overwhelmed. So I feel like it took a few trips just to kind of, to the store, just to kind of settle in and really start taking it all in. But anyway, I kitted this piece while I was there, and I got all the called for Soie dàlger, or whatever, however you say that, silk flosses, and I don't know, it's just a piece that I will always remember that trip and the memories created during that trip when I look at it. And so this, I hadn't thought about that, but even though this doesn't have like a positive message actually written into the piece, my mom suggested this go on my positivity wall, and I think she's absolutely right because of the memories it brings. And so this one goes on the hashtag wall of positivity Sal wall. So let's see if I can, this dog is 1/1, trying to get the glare out. And the top of this funky looking bird there is 1/1, and then it comes down into 1/2. And it was really fun because like these are 4-sided stitches. We've got some eyelet stitches, turkey work here. In that grass underneath the house, it stands up about maybe 1/4 inch, so there's a spacer in between the glass and the piece so that it doesn't squish those stitches. But yeah, I'm excited about this one. And Hobby Lobby hit it out of the park again. I love the frame. They do a good job. They put the wire and the little pieces that keep it from scratching your wall. I'm just so blessed to have a good Hobby Lobby near me where I can take it in, pick it out, and go pick it up, not have to mail it somewhere. So that's Jane Fiddes, 1835. Okay, let's switch some gears here and look at some previous finishes that, who knows, maybe by next video I'll have some finishes of these to show you. Dang it, I meant to get a board to put behind these and I forgot. But here's another Mill Hill Jim Shore Santa. He's been finished for a while, and so I'll be getting him fully finished real quick, like, so that I can have him on my tree. And I don't know, I think it's okay to leave Santa out all year, you know? He might just, all these Santas may just stay up on that tree all year round. And then this one is a Teresa Kogut. It's out of that Celebrate book that I've shown y'all several finishes that I've done out of that book. And I just pulled colors. I'm sorry. There we go. I just pulled colors, you know, inspired by the pattern if I didn't have what was called for. And this is a, I'm not sure the count of this linen, but I got it at Hobby Lobby. And if you look real, I'm still having a little trouble with this limb, but you look at the linen up close, it's got little pink, it's kind of a pinky, and it has those little splatters on it. I just love all the plaid and everything in that, in those letters. Oh, Merry Christmas. I'm showing y'all all my Christmas previous finishes that are not fully finished. And I even ironed them for you. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And this is a rack stack by Plum Street Samplers. It's on an Ada. I don't know if they're called for colors. I don't. Before I was recording all that kind of stuff to share. But it's Plum Street Samplers in her stackable, are they stackables? What does she call that series? I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm gonna make that into either a I really don't know. It'll either be an ornament or something, you know, flat stuck to a horn board or whatever they call those things. Something like that. I think it's so cute. I love it. And then I was on the Fat Quarter Shop's Stitch Quarterly for a while. And, sorry. Santa was on that program. And if you can see his sparkles, he's sparkly. It's like a mint green. Ada, 14 or 16, I can't remember. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with him yet, but I don't know. At first I contemplated a project bag. I thought that would be cute to have, you know, a Christmassy, all my Christmas in a project bag with Santa on it, but then I'm like, I don't know about that. I want him to be somewhere in my house, I think. So I haven't decided yet what to do with him. And then the next one is this was a freebie. And I can't remember who put it out, but I'm gonna go back and see if I can find it, and so I can put that in the notes. But it's an little advent design. I think it's so cute. And I put these in the order that they were released, but some people didn't, because I did it every week. I think she either released a little square every day. Maybe that's what it was. And I really wish I would have maybe waited a little. I don't know, maybe the manger should have been like, I don't know, Christmas Day or Eve, or I don't know. But anyway, I don't know if these are all in the right order, but it's cute. So I love that. So those are my fully finishes and my previous finishes. And I don't have any current finishes to show you because this was a finish that I fully finished right after I finished it. We can do a drinking game, and whenever I say finish, y'all can take a sip. Finish. All right. I think I'm so funny, I laugh at my own jokes. So we got the previous finishes, and now we're gonna look at whips. And if y'all wonder why I'm so scattered, these are my notes. I can barely read them. They're scattered, so I'm scattered. All right. So this is supposed to be my one thread a day. And this time I did one thread a week. I brought this down. Remember, I said it was intentions, not plans. So I haven't given up. That's the wrong page. Holding my notes up. There, that's better. And I think this guy is so funny makes me think, you're picking me up to work on me? But, oh, that's going to be pretty when it's done. I got a little bit done on that. And I am working on, let me find the picture. Okay, I'm working on this one. It's a meal hill. So nice. I have a little, I have naughty and I have nice. So I'm working on nice. And I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see any of this, but everything's white. So I was working on this last night and I had this done and I had a whole bunch of stitching over here. And I was like, this is some, and then I had a piece coming down right here. And it was supposed to meet up with that. And so, yeah, the frog visited me. So I had to take all that out. I still have to take out, I think I have to take out these two pieces right here so that when I come down, it matches up right there. I think I went, when I came across the top, I went too far this way. So yeah, but I've got it back down now. And I didn't put it away. I kept with it. And I'll probably work on that this afternoon. And I organized both of these kits. I have the same colors. Exactly the same colors. So I just kind of kitted them both together. And one of these cards. And another problem I ran into. It's funny how you run into problems on some of the kits that are supposed to be the easiest. You know, I was stitching away on this. I didn't have to just frog one time on this. I was stitching. I was stitching something right in here, and it's supposed to be white, and the thread was looking kind of, it looked white but dingy, you know. I'm like, did I get something on that piece of thread, or what did I do? And so I went back and pulled it out and got another piece of white, just thinking, well, maybe I got something on that thread. Started stitching and it was the same thing. And I'm like, what is the matter? And so I got to looking at my threads, and when I separated the threads out, I had those two put together as both white. This has a slightly gray or blue tint to it. And I had the hardest time finding which ones were white. I mean, when you put them together like that, you can't tell the difference. But it caused me, even when you put it up against white. Hold on. I told y'all this was going to be there. I probably need to make sure when I'm separating these flosses, do it during the day when you have natural light, because I could not see that difference with the lighting from my room. But in this video, I have 2 windows over there, and it brings in the natural light, so you can see it pretty good here. But I couldn't see it the other night when I was trying to figure it out. But I finally figured it out. I texted my friend Brianna, and I'm like, oh my God, this kit is killing me. But I think I've got that all resolved. And then I found this one that to me kind of looked a lot like it, those two, and you know, that same feel. It says Believe. And so I'm going to stitch that one too. I'm kind of in a Mill Hill mood these days. I have this little pouch, one of my small pouches, and I have those 3 and another Santa in there. And I don't know, I'm just kind of in a mood for this, call it simplicity after I've had to frog all that. But like I said, Mill Hill is just kind of like my comfort stitching when I just want to stitch and, I don't know, not have to look at threads and whatnot. Okay, what did I do with... I thought I printed that out. Okay. Hold, please. I thought I printed the picture out for this one that I'm going to show you next. But I'm not finding it over here anywhere. So I'll just show y'all on my phone. Sorry for the whatever this is, words. I've shown y'all this on a previous, but it's that stained glass Santa. I got that on eBay, not eBay, Etsy. And I will put the shop in the notes. I'm stitching this on a 25 count vintage cloth by Lori Holt. Lugana Overcast is the name of the floss. It is full coverage. And I started it on a whim. And I've got, looks like his mouth and part of his beard coming down. Stitching with DMC, called for DMC 1/1. And I started this last weekend. I went to a friend's house for the weekend and had a little weekend stitch along with a friend. It was so much fun. I just love getting together with friends and stitching. It's one of my favorite things to do. And got all the, most of the flosses here. Some of them are in this box because I already had them bobbinated. But I found these little gift card tags at Michael's. And with my punch the 1/2 inch hole in it, and put all my flosses on the drops for my Santa. I thought that was cute. But that's all the colors. It's a lot. And when I looked at that, when you look at that picture, I really didn't see all that. I mean, look. That is a lot. I don't know. But it's going to be beautiful when it's done in a few years. So those are my whips, guys. I didn't, when I was gathering everything, I'm like, surely that's not all I stitched on. But then I remembered I did all that finishing, and then there was a couple of nights I don't know, just been kind of out of it a little bit, maybe, I don't know, but a couple of nights I didn't stitch, and then several nights I finished those ornaments, and so I didn't get a whole lot of different things stitched on this time. I want to talk about some floss tubes I've watched. If y'all haven't seen Just So Sherry, she is from the UK. She is funny. I love to watch floss tubers that make me laugh while I'm stitching, and she uses some of the phrases that the UK people use, and it's interesting, the different phrases and lingos that the different regions of the world use, and it's like, what does that mean, and she says, if I say something and you don't know what it is, just put it in the comments and I'll tell you what that means. So anyway, she cracks me up. I like to watch her. I think I've mentioned the Nightly Stitcher before, but I was watching her and she shouted out the Redneck Bifocal Stitcher, so I went over and watched a couple of hers and enjoyed the Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. So it's been a little bit since I watched one, so I can't remember a whole lot of what to tell y'all, just of what she's stitching and stuff. But I do remember enjoying her and marking her down to go back and watch more, so that I got to know her a little better. And then Whips and Sips. That's Shelly and Justine from Welcome Stitchery, and they are funnier than a barrel of monkeys. They are just so fun to watch. They usually are sipping an adult beverage, and usually one has a naughty cup and the other has a nice cup. And just listening to Justine's laugh, she probably should be drinking out of the naughty cup most of the time, but she is a not that she's a bad girl, she's just a fun girl. So anyway, they're both fun. I enjoy watching their whips and just following along with them. They're funny. And then I watch Amanda, the Lucky Chance Stitcher. I wanted to mention her because there's a piece of haul that she showed on her floss tube, and I went and bought it after she showed me it, and so I'm going to blame her for that. But I'll show you that in just a little bit. And then Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. I'm sure everyone already has been following her, but if you don't, you really, really should. She is full of knowledge and shares her knowledge, and she's very enabling. She likes to show the new releases that are coming out, and just really cool to that she spends her time putting all that information together and sharing it with us. But the biggest reason I wanted to mention her is to thank her for putting together, she's the one that put together the thing I mentioned earlier in Arizona and pulled all our friends. We used to, when we Zoomed together, and she put that together for all of us to come meet in person, and it was just an amazing time. So thank you for that, Stacy. So I'm gonna be having to piece this one together. Keep getting interruptions. My door of my craft room here doesn't close good when you close it, and my dog keeps pushing it open, and then you can hear the TV in the living room. So anyway, I was talking about Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. She's a great friend of mine, and I appreciate her, and she really changed my stitchy world with introducing me to a lot of people that I would have never met had she not have put that together. So thank you, Stacy, for the time you spent doing that. Now, Happy Mail. And speaking of Stacy, I got a card from Stacy, and she sent me these cute floss drops. They're so adorable. They're vintagey, and she had posted hers on Instagram, and I commented on them, and I don't know if she was already planning on sending them, but I said, I want some of those, and guess what I got? I got some. And so, this is Stacy, and this is her husband, Rick, and then that is Maxwell. He took a nap. He's kind of straddled a footstool and got his head on the couch, and then this is Deuce, and he's a handsome boy there. So that's their babies. So that's Stacy and Rick. Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. Thank you, Stacy. And then before I get into my haul, these are the more chipboards that my daughter-in-law cut me. So that's what they look like. That's what Matilda looks like in between. So they're about, my goodness. Oh. I don't know if y'all can see how thick they are or not, but yeah, it's just kind of like a heavy-duty cardboard, and her Cricut just cuts them out perfectly. So she lives next door, well, 2 doors down. My other daughter-in-law, she lives next door, and she has been doing some embroidery, and I meant to print out something that she's been working on. I'm so sorry, you guys. This video is definitely not a professional production. I hope y'all forgive me. Oh, my goodness, it's so far back. She's working on she did a, maybe it's not in there. Maybe it's in a text. I'm sorry. She did an embroidery peacock for her daughter, who is just turned 18. She did it for her daughter's birthday, and it is beautiful. Look at all the texture in that. And I'm just going to zoom in so you can, it's just so beautiful. And she had it on, she put it on that hoop for her daughter. And so yeah, that's my next door. That she's married to my youngest son, and they live next door. And then my daughter-in-law that does the Cricut, she does diamond painting and Cricut stuff, and they live 2 doors down, and so she did these for me. So I am very blessed to have sons that had good taste and picked out 2 amazing women for their wives. Okay, so now let's get into haul. So this is the stuff I got for finishing the Mill Hill ornaments on the back. It's on, I got it on Amazon, and I will either put an item number or identify it however I can in the show notes. But it's got you peel the paper off the back, and it's really, really sticky. And then you stick your piece down onto that. But when you cut it, this is what I'm talking about. Some of the glitter comes off and you can see the foam behind it. But that's what I'm talking about. Don't worry about that kind of stuff. You know, just, it's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I don't normally point out the flaws of my stuff because it doesn't matter. I just was pointing that out to show as an example that when it's hanging on the tree, you're not going to see that stuff. So don't sweat the small stuff. And so here's some other colors that I got of that glitter. The blue. And I don't know if that gives you any information, but it came in a pack of all these different colors. Kind of an orange. They're all glittery. Some of the glitter shows better on some colors than others. And then I used the purple. And I used the red. And there's a bright yellow. And the black. So yeah, those colors will finish a lot of Mill Hill ornaments, or any kind of ornament that, you know, is finished on that paper, perforated paper. And then along with that, I bought a pack of this satiny trim to go around the edges. And that's what I glued along, you know, to cover up the raw edges of the paper and the raw edges of that foam, because that was not pretty. And so, and it makes the hanger, and it's kind of shiny and satiny. And it came in all these different colors. And it was very inexpensive. And that's gonna finish a lot of stuff. That's that. And then I got, my haul pile is kind of big. This piece of fabric, it's red sequin. I have a pillow that's not necessarily Christmas, that I wanted some red sequin fabric for, And this is more like a table runner, but it was cheaper than buying some red sequin fabric. So I'm gonna have to like put something behind it because it's sheer, but I thought that would be pretty on some Christmas, the back of Christmas pillows or something. And so it's fun. That was fun. So I got that. And I needed to buy for the stained glass Santa that I was doing. I needed to buy a couple of flosses. And so I just ordered them from 123 Stitch. But I didn't want to just pay shipping for a couple pieces of floss. So I ordered, I think I saw this finished on, I hope I say right, I think it was Sherry for Colorado Stitcher. But I'm growing this thing against these funky, quirky stockings. And she had done this one. And it's Kathy Barrick. And it's called the Embroiderous Stocking by Kathy Barrick. This is all of my scattering moments are taken up with my needle. And so I just thought that would be cute. You all know I've got the Olga's stocking, autumn stocking going in my whips from Plum Street Samplers, but I just thought that was cute. So I bought that. And I bought another Kathy Barrick. And this one, I love the colors on this one. And it's unique. I don't know if I've seen anybody stitching this one or not. But it's the deer heart. But this, I just love this flower and the colors in those. I like that one. So I bought those two. And then those came in with a few flosses that I bought. And those have been incorporated into the Santa kit. And since I was in the finishing mode, I bought some more. This is how the chipboard comes from the Cricut chipboard. And I'll give this to my daughter-in-law, and when I need a shape, she'll cut it for me. So I bought 3 of those because evidently I'm going to be finishing a lot of stuff, evidently. So I have it when I need it. And I bought this on eBay. It was a reasonable price. They had it on eBay, and I don't know if you know, if you haven't done eBay a lot, but sometimes they'll have a button where you can make an offer. They have their amount that they're asking, and you can make an offer. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take their amount minus the shipping cost and offer them, that amount. Sometimes they take it and sometimes they don't, but we met in the middle, so I got a little bit taken off of shipping. And so I think that is gorgeous. I don't know, so many people showing stockings, and it just gotten I want to stitch all the stockings. And that's another floss tube I was watching. Before I go there, let me show you my last haul. This was, I had mentioned the Lucky Chance Stitcher a minute ago. And she had shown these. Romper Room. Oh boy, did I just age myself. But it's wooden and it has magnets on the inside. And let me show you what you use it for. So you have your Mehe come with the little perforated paper like that, and you can stitch it. I usually stitch it in my hand, and try to find the bottom edge that has the least partial perforation, because your thread keeps getting hung on that. If you can find an edge that doesn't have that and put it on the bottom, then that will help not snag your thread so much. But this, you can get on there, put your perforated paper on there. Oh. Okay, hang on. I am confusing myself. Hold on. Just hold, please. Here I am. I told y'all this was going to be a mess. Okay, let me get this right. Okay, there. So, this is the back. That's what was confusing me, as I was seeing magnets. And I'm like, wait a minute. The magnets are on the inside. So that's the back. And you know that because the middle has these stamps on them. And then you take this, and if you see that little notch right there, the top one has a notch too. Put those up at the same place. And then you have a little hoop. And now you can stitch your Mehe kit. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera. And not catch on the that perforated bottom. And it's easier to hold. You can put it in your Lowry stand. You can put it in your lap stand or your whatever. If you use any kind of stand that holds your Q-snaps or whatever, you can put it in that and do your two-handed stitching. But I got this on Etsy, and it comes from the Ukraine. So be ready, if you order one, be ready to wait. But and he customizes. I just took the generic, not generic, but the standard offering that he had with this design on it. But I believe you can customize what you want on, etched into it. But yeah, I just thought that was so cool. And I can't wait to work on a Mehe. There's different sizes. I wish I would have bought some of the other sizes. But maybe another time. But if you don't have to get these notches on the same edge, but the function of it is so that you can put your finger in there and easily, push against them and to open them up. Otherwise, you kind of have to, it's harder to get them apart. So that's my last haul. Oh, no, it's not. I got one more little haul. Oh, no, there's some haul over here that I forgot to show you last time. I shut the video down and I looked over and saw these and I was like, dang. And so these are when I was at Hobby Lobby time before last. They had their like little wooden boxes and stuff on half price. So I bought this cute little bitty box. I don't know, I thought it would be cute with something, maybe a small, tiny little thing back here and something kind of sticking out of the edges, but, or not, it's just a cute little box. And then this looks like a book, but it's actually a box. So I thought a cute finish. So I thought a cute finish would be neat on that, and you could either, you know, set it on your table or set it like that or set it up this way or, you know, whatever. And then this one has a intention. I bought it for a reason, and it opens up and has the mirror, and but one of the things I bought, and I forgot to bring it over here, several videos before, was a Blackbird design, Leona Adams. Might have said stitching box or something like that. Anyway, I hope to find a piece of linen that will lend itself for that to fit into this square right here, and then finish that and put it in this box and paint the box, you know, and keep some little treasures in there. So, and then last but not least on my haul is this little and I want to make sure I say hi to Angela. And y'all may have seen me before, you know, put some words to say hi to Angela, and there's a special meaning behind that, because if it wasn't for Angela, and she has a floss tube, Angela loves to stitch. She's the one that asked me to do a floss tube, and I couldn't say no, so she either gets the blame or the credit for me doing a floss tube. So go watch her. Angela loves to stitch. Another one that makes me laugh. So I think that's all I have. I know this was a chaotic mess of a video. I hope I'm gonna watch it back and put it together, and hopefully it's good enough to publish out to you guys. And y'all know, see here, I put stuff on top of this, and I forgot to show y'all this. A while back, there was a book of a Native American maiden that I ordered the book for, and then I saw this book on eBay, and so I ordered it. It's got a lot of pretty, their designs are just, I love it. And I thought she was very pretty, and maybe one day I'll stitch her. And next video, I have some Native American pieces in my previous finished box that I plan to share with you guys. And so I hope to do like a big wall someday with all those pieces in my house. So This one is pretty as a wolf. Or coyote, not a wolf. This one's interesting. I don't know, it's just pretty. So that's all I got, and like I said, I'll put this together and get it published out there, and it may be a flop, I don't know, but we'll see. And I got some editing to do because there's some stuff that doesn't need to be in there. So anyway, as always, I hope y'all get plenty of time to stitch what you love and love what you stitch, and take care. And if I don't come back before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, and I will see y'all next time.